It's so amazing.
Nothing is everlasting. Nobody knows. These cowards shot left me for dead. I thank God my woman children were near. I'm reaching like I'm here with somebody. I can feel my spirit leaving my body. Then my eyes rolling back on my head. I'm not ready to leave yet. Could I just see her one more time? Or hold my children one more night? I don't know the direction to where heaven is. And I regret the way I live. I should've listened when she said, baby, I love you, but that's not the way. Nowadays you can't tell niggas nothing. Is it really worth it all getting this money? Niggas don't seem to get into that losing their lives. Quit saying you will, quit saying you will. Same family you love, same family you hurt. What you put into that dirt, you no longer is worth. Everything you had to wealth belong to someone else now. Quit saying you will, quit saying you will. She found a way to finally move on. Needed money, so she mortgaged the home. Then she started dating men. Started beating her in front of the kids. She cried herself to sleep at night, blaming me for her life. Alcohol and popping pills. Now she about to lose the kids. She think about killing herself, believing somehow that might help to wake up from the nightmare, being tortured, living the life of hell. Nowadays you can't tell niggas nothing. Is it really worth it all getting this money? Niggas don't seem to get into that losing their lives. Quit saying you will, quit saying you will. Same family you love, same family you hurt. What you put into that dirt, you no longer is worth. Everything you had to wealth belong to someone else now. Quit saying you will, quit saying you will. He ran away at 17, robbing and stealing anything, sipping that lean, looking like me and selling drugs, hanging with thugs. He liked to disrespect his mama in front of his father. He liked to bang and throw them things up. Language, who gon' get up on the block with that thing tucked? An image of his father. Mama can't control him, chip on his shoulder. Always in trouble when quick to pull out pistol for nothing. Breaking in houses and smoking ounces, never is sober. Life of a soldier, the reaper calling, pulling them closer. His life was over, so tragic. High speeding in traffic, crashed in a tree in a stolen car, chased by police. Now he's laying with me. And nowadays you can't tell niggas nothing. Is it really worth it all getting this money? Niggas don't seem to get into that losing their lives. Quit saying you will, quit saying you will. Same family you love, same family you hurt. What you put into that dirt, you no longer is worth. Everything you had to wealth belong to someone else now. Quit saying you will, quit saying you will.
Vito. It's so amazing.
Church, the way I clapped my hands when they were shooting at me, the way I stomped my feet should have been safely trapped, the way I lift my voice when I'm free. Church, I'm really not supposed to be here. Church, too many women straight play, I think you get crazy. Out trapping all about action, catching these cases. Been half my life behind bars, shouldn't have been living. Thank God and cry for his love, mercy, deliverance. I'm really not supposed to be here. Cops raiding all of my dope house, boarded up from the shootout, paid $40,000 and bond out, lay low in my baby mom's house. I'm missing out of this drug count. Family begging me like I'm some type of millionaire. Partners in drama bringing me back to the streets again. Cases on top of cases, drama on top of drama. Sleeping with all these women, got 5 different baby mamas. Jealousy, jealousy, got no conscience at all. If it was left up to jealousy, it would murder us all. They kept calling, cops on robbers, all these problems, got them locked up, riding dirty. The way I clapped my hand when they were shooting at me. The way I felt my feet should have been 6 feet trapped. The way I lift my voice when I'm free, church. I'm really not supposed to be here. Church. Too many women straight player think you get crazy. Out trapping all about action, catching these cases. Been half my life behind bars, shouldn't have been living. Thank God crack for his love, mercy, deliverance. I'm really not supposed to be here. No more gambling, no more robbing, no more pimping, no more hustling. 8 friends of mine been killed, 6 doing over 10 years. Thank God I'm breathing still here. He lives. I thought my life was over. I thought I'd never get to see my children sitting around in that cell, never getting no mail. After all the brother been through, not one word to say I love you. Ooh, I faced a man I often ran who I hated. They called him Christ, he transformed my life and I made it. Forgive me, Lord heal me. Step in, do your thing for my family. The way I clapped my hand when they were shooting at me. The way I stumped my feet should have been 6 feet trapped. The way I lift my voice when I'm free again. Church. I'm really not supposed to be here. Church. Too many women straight player think you get crazy. Out trapping all about action, catching these cases. Been half my life behind bars, shouldn't have been living. Thank God crack for his love, mercy, deliverance.
What it do, man? What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Got to talk about some things, man. We got to talk about some things. Appreciate everybody that's joining me, and for the people who would listen to the replays after this live is over. Shouts out to you on the outside looking in, Lil Dave Pod C podcast. Dre wrote, what's he say, Dre? Dre said it's all love, Battle Truth. Just a little comedy on the comment section. We have the right to vote for whoever we choose. You do. You definitely have a right to vote for whoever you choose. And that's the good thing about being an American. We have a constitution that most countries and nations would die and kill for to have. Just the sad thing about it is we take advantage of it and don't maximize it to the point about which it was actually set up. We need to talk about some things though, man. You know, this is different. If you look at the title of the room, the title is called KAMALA or Trump. Who would real Christians vote for? Who would real Christians vote for? That's the question. We get that the world is going to go with the things of the world. But when you confessing to be a believer in God, that's something entirely different. It's something entirely different. And what you want to do as a believer, that whichever candidate is running for president, because we're going to have somebody that's going to lead us into this new era. You want to make sure that whichever candidate you choose, their policies line up with the word of God more so than the other. It's sort of like we know that people are flawed. We know that. We know what comes with politics. But people got to understand these people are our representatives. When you voting for somebody, what you're saying is, since I can't be the president, this is my choice of who I would want to be the president that represents my decision. That's why they call our representatives, because you appoint them to be your representative. So they stand in the gap for you. So when you see what's going on, these things right here are some of these topics that need to be discussed and talked about. Now, I say this to say this. when you confessing to be a person who believe in God, it ain't about the parties. It's about morality. It's about morality. It's about life. It ain't even so much about the economy. It's about morality first. People first. The most. And the thing about what's going on is that these things piss me off the most. I can't see how a person can confess to be a believer in God, but you don't have a problem with murdering children, assisting in the murdering of children. You don't have no problem with it. And then try to use things to try to make it sound good, try to make it sound real. Like, no, I don't think we should have that right or that decision to say that what a woman should do with her body. That's not true. I don't believe that. I believe it's a lot of things come and play with that. Because once that life is now in the womb of that woman, that life is a person also that should have rights. You think if that child could speak, that child would agree to being in a blender, being shredded, getting its brain sucked out? You think that child would agree to not wanting to be married, to not wanting to experience love, to not want to be happy, to not want to see their own children? You think that child would agree to that? No. What about the children rights? What about the father rights as men? So you want to kill my child because you mad at me? You want to kill my child because I won't marry you? You want to kill my child because I go with somebody else? You want to kill my child because I won't give you no money? You want to kill my child just because you feel like it? You want to kill my child because you go with somebody else? What about my rights as a father? So it ain't just about you. It ain't just about you. I don't see how people can confess to be a believer in God and you can vote for a woman like Kamala Harris. Let's just be real. You see this whole movement of homosexuality. They talk. Here's the thing that's even more crazy. This the thing that I don't get at all. Think about this. They say stuff like, "Oh, Donald Trump is a racist." Okay, if that's what you want to say. But here's the thing that's crazy about that statement. So he's a racist, and yet you pro-black, but you don't have a problem with abortion that's killing the blacks. The Roe versus Wade is out there. It's literally out there showing you what the whole origin of abortion was designed for, to eradicate and eliminate the black race, to control the population of the blacks. So how is you black and you supportive of it when it was designed to destroy you? When it was designed to destroy you. But the guy you're saying that's a racist is actually trying to stop the process that's killing black people. But he a racist. You would figure if he a racist, he'll be supportive of abortion. If he was a racist, that's what he wants. To minimize the population of minorities. If he's a racist. If he's a racist, he's not doing a good job at it. Because he's running on the wrong policies. He's supposed to be for abortion that kills 1.4 million babies a year alone in this country. And 75% of those babies are minorities. And these abortion clinics is set up in urban communities. And then they taxing you to pay for the assistance of assisting the slaughtering of minority babies. Come on, man. What's wrong with people? Come on, man. What's wrong with people? That's the problem I have. I can't stand fake, watered down, hypocriting people who saying they believers and don't even have a clue of what's going on. These people be voting and don't even know politics. They don't understand. They don't even know what's on the ballot. It's things like that, man. Crazy. When you look at the things that's taking place and how this really goes, and you see that the condition and state we in as Americans, war on every front. Eventually, we get dragged off into this war where these leaders in these other countries, their religion that they believe in, do not respect the authority of a woman. Do not respect the authority of a woman. When you look at these things and you see this, what happens is, what example do that set for the rest of the world? You got to understand, the president that's elected represents our nation. We are on the brink of World War III. And what's crazy about these stupid, silly, foolish, ignorant Americans is you've been safe for so long, you don't have a clue of what's about to happen. Whether you want to accept it or not, let me give y'all some game. America is a Christian country. Whether you want to accept it or not, this is the headquarters of the gospel. The gospel that's being spread all around the world, this is the headquarters for it. Most countries and nations can't even legally evangelize or witness without being murdered or incarcerated. They get the gospel from America. We the one flushing out the gospel all over the world through social media platforms and ministries and missionaries being sent out. That's what we do. That's why God has kept America safe, because it's doing his will, spreading the gospel around the world 24 hours a day, that the Gentiles may come in to be saved before the rapture of the church, when the Antichrist come take power. That's why y'all seeing all these wars going on, because the Islamic regime of their religion and empire is set to bring in the Antichrist. Because when you read the Bible, the Antichrist is a Muslim. And this is why most of those Muslim countries are starting to be a confederate, united as one to usher him in, and why they fighting against Israel so bad, to prevent the prophecy of Messiah returning and to happen. And a lot of you ignorant Americans don't know end time prophecies. You don't know eschatology, and you so blinded of what's going on in life, and you so disconnected from God, you don't have a clue of what's about to happen. And the importance of why these elections are so powerful. Y'all don't get this. Muslims literally is on the brink of taking over the world. And the Bible said they are going to do it. And it's being set up on purpose like this because this will be the army Jesus destroyed when he returned back to the earth. A lot of people don't know that. I'm going to do some teachings on this. When you read the Bible, the Antichrist is a Muslim. That's written in Revelation chapter 2, Revelation 13, and 1 John chapter 2, verse 22 and 23. The Antichrist is a Muslim. Therefore, he needs an Islamic army that's going to back and support him when making his push to take over the world. And the Muslims are already on record saying that the two greatest threats to them accomplishing this is the United States and Israel. They hate Israel the most with a passion because of Christ the Messiah. They hate United States secondly because we not only have an alliance with Israel, we finance Israel, and we give them the power to fight back against those Islamic nations that surround them. And the majority of the Christians in this country, that's why when you see every time we have an election, Israel will always be on the ballot. This is why America been protected by God, because of its relationship with Israel. Remember, the Muslims tried to come in and destroy us too. When they hit the World Twin Towers, when they hit the Pentagon, when they tried to hit Chicago, when they tried to hit the White House. They tried to strike us on that 9/11 day. Not only did they hit two of the places, but they wasn't successful in hitting the SEAL Towers, and they wasn't successful in hitting the White House. Those Christians that was on those planes fought against them and brought them other planes down before it hit the White House and the SEAL Tower. While you talking, that's what people don't get. So when you see what's going on, we understand these things. When you're disconnected from God, you don't have a clue. Now, with that being said, when you looking into also more what's happening and taking place, brothers and sisters ain't getting the point. This war will take place. It's written, and you see it's all taking place. Kamala Harris will be a bad representative for us in this, because those Muslim countries and nations, do not respect the authority of a woman. Do not respect the authority of a woman. In fact, one of the signs of a judgment on a nation is when you put women in leadership over the nation, according to the Bible. In Isaiah chapter 3, the Bible say, "Woe to you, for your women rule over you." Because the power and order and headship of a man is to be the head, the priest, the king, and prophet. Women rule off emotions. Men rule logically. Listen, pay attention to this election. If you pay attention to this election, listen at every time Kamala Harris speaks. It's always emotional. It's always emotional. Oh, we need to get together. We need to, I can't. Like she really about to cry. Emotions. We need a leader and play that the world also respects and fear, who know ain't gonna play no games. Who know ain't gonna play no games. Notice this Biden administration is laughed at among the world leaders. Kim Jong them don't respect him. None of the Muslim leaders don't respect him. You think they gonna respect Kamala Harris? You think she really want to actually put them in a place where they know that if you strike and hit us, it's going to be consequences? Not at all. They not eat. Look, we are against an Islamic fighting, murdering machine that hates women. Let's just be real. What example do that show the world? That the best person we could find in our country to represent us is a woman at a time where war is at its highest level, dealing with men. Oh, let's just be honest. It don't work like that. But this will be a sure sign of what's about to come. I will say this, those world leaders, they respect and fear Donald Trump on both levels. First of all, they know he a businessman. They know he a businessman. That's first. Second, they also know that he ain't gonna play no games. You threaten us to try to strike and hit us, there will be consequences. They respect that. But he know business enough to actually intervene with what's going on to try to make a resolve to some degree. And here's another thing people forget and they ain't paying attention to. We own Kamala Harris and them. We own them already. This is their term. We own their term already. This is her term. She's the vice president. Talking about what you gonna do, put me in office, I'm gonna do this. Do it now. What? Do it now. You in office now to do it. I hate when people do that. I hate when people say that. Who already in office. We already doing your term. You talking about, well, if you vote me in, I'm gonna do this. You should be doing it right now. You're supposed to have the best interest for the American people, whether you get voted in or not, whether you win the election or not. Because even if you don't win the election, you're still an American citizen that's going to have to abide by whatever policies you left behind. So stop trying to promise us stuff that you should already have in play to be being taken care of now. We already got what y'all doing bad. Y'all done messed up the economy already. Why people not seeing that? How people ain't using their common sense? You already done messed up the economy already. We are in your term. We are in your term. You talking about what you gonna fix? Y'all done messed up the borders, the economy terrible, homosexuality on the worldwide spread. Y'all murdering and killing babies, and you hate God. And you hate God. Their whole campaign is a homosexual campaign of homosexuality, murdering children, and hating God. Come on now, what is going on here? How could you confess to be a real believer and you vote in this party that's literally vocally and openly against God? I don't see how you can confess to be a believer saying things like this, believing in stuff like this. It ain't about color. It's about morality. Come on, what are we talking about? This would be the problem with people. And for black people, it's even sadder. Most of them don't even know nothing about politics at all. They just vote on colors, and they've been brainwashed to believe that the Democratic Party somehow is the best choice and decision for us as a people, when in reality it's not. It's the Democratic Party that actually hurt the black community and destroyed black families and was designed to do so. They don't even know that the KKK is the actual origin behind the Democratic Party. They don't understand what the Civil War was about when the North was fighting the South. The South was the Democrats, the Confederate, going against the Republic that was trying to free the slaves, that the Democrats wanted to keep enslaved. These people were terrible, man. People just be talking. They don't know nothing. This person said you don't have any facts and it's not true. You know what's sad about you saying something like that? They already came out apologizing for it. They already came out apologizing for it. Even Joe Biden admitted that the policies he put in play that led to mass incarcerations of black people that he did, and he apologized for it. How are you going to apologize for the mass incarceration of hundreds of thousands of black people all over the country that you put in play as a result of your racism? And you ain't fixed it. You ain't changed it. He on record admitting to that. So when you say stupid things like this, that just let me know you don't know nothing you talking about. Most of you people don't even have no respect for God at all. So you don't even care. Y'all assist in the murdering of children. I don't care about nothing. Look, anytime you hurt a young child, anytime you hurt children, I'm against anything you believe in, anything you stand for. You people so selfish, it don't make no sense. Here y'all are alive, you breathing, you eating at restaurants, you having sex, you making money, you got a house, you drive a car, you got children, but yet you trying to say it's okay to eliminate the life of someone else who defenseless and can't defend themselves. What about the children's rights? Anytime people support that, that just let me know how evil you are as a person. That's what that let me know. That let me know how evil you are as a person. And it's sad because in your mind, they programmed you to believe that you were getting rid of one person. They program your mind to get you to believe that what's in your belly is not even considered a person because you haven't pushed it out yet, even though it feels, even though it breathes, even though it's living within you. And where the child's supposed to be the most safe has become the most dangerous place for him or her. You're not just taking away that one life. You are committing mass murder and genocide. The devil hates kids. He always hated kids. So I'm not surprised at abortion. I'm not surprised at homosexuality. The devil hates kids because it makes him have to work harder. He got to start all over again to deceive every time a child is born. He got to work harder because he's not God. He's not omnipresent. He can't be everywhere at one time. So every time a baby is born, he got to work harder. So when you killing children and when you can't procreate, you make his job easier. But when you steady having babies and you procreating, he need more staff because he can't be everywhere at the same time. Because he can't be everywhere at the same time. This person said, I don't know anything about politics. Yeah, but I know about God. That's the difference between me and you. Keep your fake politics. I'm going to tell you about God that's actually is about politics. Like when the book of Isaiah speaks about Jesus Christ and it said the government will be upon his shoulders. What you think that means? That means that the government will be against Christ to try to weigh him down, by which you can't have life. And it's ignorant people like y'all who don't know the truth that fall for anything. You can't tell me about a Democratic Party that's already legally on board and openly on board saying that it supports homosexuality and transgenders and teaching little kids how to suck dick and teaching little kids how to get fucked in the ass. Yes, I said that and had to cuss because you have to be graphic on these people who minimize the truth as a means of support and love when it's really demonic and satanic. You can't tell me about nothing. I definitely know about politics. And when you support that trash, I have to question who you are. When you don't have a problem with little kids getting raped, you don't have a problem with children being molested, you have a problem with adults training children on how to give oral sex and how to accept anal penetration, calling it your rights. Trying to even go as far as to tell children they can have sex changes when they ain't even mentally strong in their brain to even know what life is even about. What are you talking about? What's wrong with you people? I can't stand ignorant, foolish, stupid people. Just be talking. Don't even know nothing that's going on. And it's happening right in front. Look, do y'all know they don't look? They know people so damn dumb and stupid, they don't even hide it no more. Y'all know that? They don't even hide it no more. They openly let you know. Kamala Harris, them talking about, oh, Donald Trump trying to be a dictator. People believe any damn thing somebody say. People don't know policy. They try to use scare. Look, they try to use scare tactics to make people side with them by using scare tactics. And it works on people who ignorant. Donald Trump couldn't be a dictator if he wanted to. You know how many presidents didn't want to leave office, that if they could find a loophole around staying in there, they would have been able to do it. But the way the Constitution is set up and made, there is no way, no policy you can put in place that can ever make you stay as a president. Do you not know that? But they play on people's ignorance. Do you not know that the man already ran before? So if that was the case, that plan would have been put in play the first time he ran. And actually won. People just say any stupid thing. It's all scare tactics. He said he want to put back the Bible and prayer in school. How you a believer and you got a problem with that? So you got a problem with him wanting to put back prayer and Bible reading back in school, that when they was in school, America was on a rise of actually success, by which a lot of the things that's happening now as a result of it being removed was down. Now it's on a skyrocketing. The moment, do the statistics, when they moved prayer and Bible out of school, diseases went up, illiteracy went up, crime went up, teenage pregnancy went up, murder went up, domestic violence went up, everything went up. When a child is not trained to have respect for God, what you think gonna happen to you? And that's the world we living in right now, where there's no fear and respect for God, and you got what? Children shooting up schools, children killing children. That's what the Bible say. That's the prophecy of the judgment of a nation. He say women will rule over you and your children will oppress you. Look at the generation we live in. These young, wild, radical children and teenagers, just terrorizing, murdering and killing and taking and shooting and raping, and they oppressing the nation. This is terrible. And we in this situation because of people ignorance. You don't want God and prayer in school, but you ain't got no problem with homosexuality, LGBT criteria in school. Teaching your 5 and 6 year olds how to suck dick. Y'all ain't got no problem with that. People dumb as hell. Who you talking to? I'm the wrong one. I'm the wrong one to talk to. Because I'm going to hit you with facts. Okay? I'm going to hit you with facts. What about the war on Israel? How do that affect the United States? And how is that important to us? This war on Israel you see taking place. Why are they fighting so hard against that little nation over there that Kamala Harris have a problem with because of her homosexual agenda? What's going on there? Let me tell you why that's important. God is clear. Whoever don't support Israel, he's going to destroy. God is clear on that. You know why? Because if you really know anything about Israel, all they want to do is be left alone. Notice Israel don't care about nobody else's affairs. Nobody else's affairs at all. All they care about is being left alone in their own land. Just leave us alone. Let us just rule our own people and let us have the land God promised us. We don't care about what happens outside of Israel. We don't care about none of y'all politics, none of y'all world leaders. We just want to be left alone. That's all Israel ever wanted to do. When you read the Bible, they wasn't conquerors. They defended their land. That's it. They didn't care about you being pagans. They didn't care about your false religions. Just don't bring it in our land. They wasn't conquerors. Even though they was the mightiest nation, they wasn't conquerors. They were the people of God chosen to preserve the oracles of God by which we have it today, that we are saved. The prophet lineage run through Israel, through Isaac, that his wife gave birth to Jacob, by which Messiah came through that lineage, that we have salvation. And those nations that trying to fight against it is trying to take over the world. Do y'all let me educate y'all on something. Let me educate y'all on something. See, people ain't telling the truth and they not telling it right. And I'm gonna do a lot of teachings on this. When you read about the Muslim religion, the Bible is clear. That is the religion the Antichrist is going to use to try to take over the world. The Antichrist is a Muslim. What is the definition of Antichrist? 1 John chapter 2, verse 22 and 21 says, "Who is the liar? But he that confesses that Jesus is not the Christ. He is Antichrist that denies the Father and the Son." That's the Muslim religion. Their Shahada is an open confession oath that they take, rejecting God as the Father and Jesus his Son. That's how you become a Muslim. That's their Shahada. They reject God as the Father and Jesus his Son. That was just the definition of Antichrist given almost 1,000 years before their religion, that was prophesied by the apostles through the Spirit of the living God. That whoever tells you that God is not the Father and Jesus is not his Son, that is the spirit of the devil and Antichrist. And that is the whole entire pillar of Islam by which they war on. See, like for instance, somebody made a statement up here. I want to show this statement somebody made. Somebody made a statement and said, church and politics, church separation from church and state. First of all, when people make that statement, that's a stupid, foolish statement to make. You know why? You can't separate church from state because everybody believes in something. Everybody believes in something. Now, let me ask you this question. Since everybody believes in something, what do that mean? That laws, legislation, and policies are made based upon one's belief. Everybody believes in something. How you think we got all these homosexual policies now? Because there was homosexuals voted in office to actually make these laws for you to abide by. That's what the homosexuals started doing now, playing on the ignorance of the people, using what you don't take advantage of for their advantage. So guess what they start doing? Putting their homosexual representatives in office. So that now they making laws for them because that's what they believe. And because y'all don't want to take advantage of it, now they're making laws for y'all to participate in. Now y'all got to accept us now y'all got to accept us. Yeah. Now they redesigning what God designed a real marriage to be. Now, a real marriage ain't about a man and woman. That's not a real marriage. Now they redesigned it. Marriage is a man on man, a woman on woman, a man with a child, a woman with a boy. This is marriage now. How did that happen? How did we let this go? By not taking advantage of your constitutional rights, by not voting, by not putting the right people in position that represents morality. That's what happened. That's what happened. And what people don't get is they trying to kill us. The devil is trying to kill us. Another person's put up a statement that the Bible said right here. Appreciate that, humble king. When the Bible say, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, that's true. And I'm going to go back here to what humble king said too. That's true. And it's so important. Notice he said Sodom and Gomorrah. People don't understand about Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah, that place was destroyed by God as a means of its abominations and homosexuality that was going on and taking place. Sodom is where we get the word sodomite or sodomy. Homosexuals was called sodomites. That's what they were called in the Bible. They were called sodomites, sodomy, sodomize. That's where that word comes from. When you read about this story in the Bible, everybody in Sodom and Gomorrah wasn't homosexual, but they died the judgment of homosexuals for what they allowed, what they made legal. That's what happened to the people in Sodom and Gomorrah. They allowed it to be legal among the people and fell under the judgment of it. Now, God is a holy, righteous, and just judge. If God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah and the other nations around it as a means of this horrific, terrible act that he deems abominable, he can't give the United States a pass when we making it legal, because he'll be wrong for what he did to them. Ignorance continues to hurt people, man. And it's sad that people don't care. It's sad that people don't care. We have become so comfortable here. that we have no idea of what's going on outside of us. Do you know in the Islamic religion, it teaches them whoever don't believe in Allah must be killed, must be destroyed. And you see, this is what's going on. See, America is blinded by the truth. And because they have relationships with the Arabs and Muslims, they're not allowed to tell the truth and fear of hurting foreign relations. When the religion is literally set up and put in play to destroy. Do the history. Do the history of their prophet Muhammad. He was a conqueror. God had to kill him because he was trying to take over the world, moving Islam. Islam is one of the fastest growing religions in the world, not because people want to be Muslim, because they force it with the sword. It was designed by the sword. It was designed by the sword. That's what people don't get. This brother said, we care. We are just the minority of the sword, of the truth. Let me tell you this, brother. But that's the power we have as being minorities. Have you thought about why they like to use black folks so bad? Look at what KAMALA and them be doing. They want to use the rappers. They want to use the athletes. Think about that. Who black? Even though we the minorities, notice, we the ones that make everything look good. We the ones that people want to be like. They want to talk like us, dress like us, act like us, sound like us. We make their clothes look good. We make the movies look good. We make the music sound good. We the one that's breaking the records in sports. So we are the ones that they use to put their policies in that people follow. That people follow. That's why they like using us. We are the posters for all this stuff. Because the swag and seasons we have as brothers and sisters. They like to use us for their agenda. We are the faces for all this stuff. They use us for the face of homosexuality, the face of abortion, the face of criminalizing, the face of fashion, the face of music, the face of sports, the face of beauty, the face of pornography. We are the face of it all. Even though we the minorities. We have power in that. The world look to us for everything. At the same time, that's how we can be despised. And that's what brothers and sisters is not tapping into. The power we do have. The power we do have. You saw Kamala Harris trying to use Meg Thee Stallion to twerk for votes. See that? This stuff is shameful when you see how far people are willing to go. The racial profiling is disgusting. She want to try to prove she black because she running for president. Never cared before. Oh yeah, I pick collard greens. Really? Joe Biden eating Kentucky Fried Chicken with black people. Really? Meg Thee Stallion twerking for votes. Really? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's things like that that's crazy. We don't get how evil this is. Like I said, You got a white man, that's Donald Trump, fighting against the killing of black babies, but he racist. Think about that though. He racist, but he fighting to stop the killing of black babies. And here's a black woman that's supposed to be pro-black that's in support of killing the black babies. Please make that make sense. Please make that make sense. And for the most part, this man's whole campaign is riding on that. Abortion. The white man who called the racist trying to stop them from killing black babies. But the black woman is in support of killing the black babies. And for the most part, his whole campaign is riding on that. He's saying we should get back to God. Put prayer back in school. Start praying with your family and kids. But here's the black woman saying, no, you trying to take away our rights. We in support of homosexuality. We with the LGBTQ. We don't have no problem with them making educational criteria to teach your children. They can be, teach your daughters, they can be men. Teach your sons, they can be women. We don't have no problem with them making books, educating your children on how to suck dick and eat pussy. Please make this make sense. Please make this make sense. It's disgusting, man. Disgusting. People don't see how evil this is. And a lot of them people be in support of it because they've been killing kids already. They've already had 2-3 abortions and killed the babies already. Y'all don't see how evil that is. That is beyond evil. Let me tell you what I mean by that. This is a true story. I'm going to tell y'all a true story about my life. It's real talk. My father's mother, her name was Hattie. Hattie was the only child. She was her mama and father, only child. Her name was Hattie. That was my grandmother. That was my great-grandmother. She was her mother and father, only child. Then she only gave birth to one child, my grandma Doris. Okay? My father's mother. So her mother was the only child. My father's mother was the only child. Then she only had 2 kids, my father and his brother. So she only had 2 kids. Now, my father's brother never had kids, and he died. My father had 16 kids. I want you to think about something. My father's grandmother, which was Hattie, was the only child. His mama was the only child. And his mama only gave birth to 2 kids, him and his brother. If her mother and father would have aborted her, we wouldn't be here. If my father's mother would have aborted him and his brother, we wouldn't be here. My father kept the line alive through his kids, through us, because his brother never had kids. So if my father never had kids, their whole bloodline would have been wiped out. Their whole bloodline would have been wiped out. See, what people don't know, in abortion, you're not just killing one child. I'm going to give you an example. If my mama would have aborted me and I never lived and I never got to be, well, I would have lived because I was alive when she killed me in the stomach. But if she never gave birth to me and killed me in the womb. That didn't only take away from me, because I got 7 kids. So she didn't just kill me, she killed my 7 kids. And my 7 kids, I have 6 grandkids. Think about that. So that's me, my 7, that's 8, and my 6 grandkids. That's 14. That's 14 of us. My grandkids ain't had their kids yet. And my kids ain't finished having their other kids. You see this? You're not just killing one person. This is mass genocide. You are wiping out entire bloodlines when you eradicate these children. And it was already said, look, this is a historical proven fact. We can look this up. It was created and designed to wipe out the black population, to eradicate it. How we help that? How we assist in that? How are we okay with that? How could you say you believe in God and you can vote for Kamala Harris, who against God? Look, Trump want prayer and Bible reading back in school. Kamala don't. How could you be a believer in God and you against that? Trump trying to fight against aborting and killing of black minority babies. How could you be black and you against that? Trump is trying to take away these LGBTQ policies that they putting in place. They got everybody scared and afraid to speak out against them and talk. Notice every time somebody says something about them, what? They get fined, they get taxed, they get threatened, they get business to the cap. He going against them policies. How you got a problem with that? No coincidence that the person who tried to kill him was a transgender. Why you think they tried to kill him? Why you think the homosexuals them trying to kill him? Why you think that? Why you think the homosexuals and transgenders are trying to kill him? Because he's trying to eradicate their policies by which they trying to make us accept. Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing here, brothers and sisters? What are we doing here? Trump is in support of Israel against this war that's been keeping America safe. America been safe because we support Israel, and God is blessing us because we support that nation. Israel is named after God. Israel. One who have strived with man and God and prevail. Israel, L for God. It is the only nation in the entire world that's literally named after God himself. And God is the one that named them. So when the atheists try to tell you God ain't real, ain't no proof in God, what's the proof of God? You know what you point them to? Israel. Because the nation was created by God, named by God personally. He came down and literally named them. Their history is tied up in him, by which the whole world has salvation because of Jesus Christ. That's how you destroy those arguments. It's all about just stupidity, just foolish stuff. Look at what Carmela and them did to the borders. She don't protect the borders. They don't protect the borders. All these illegal immigrants coming in. You know what's so dangerous about that? That people don't get? Saying, oh, there's no problem with that. I don't see no problem with that. You know what's so dangerous about allowing the illegal immigrants to come in. You know what's so dangerous about that? Let me tell you what's so dangerous about that. What's so dangerous about allowing the illegal immigrants to come in is because they're illegal. That means they can't work legal. They can't get IDs. So because they're illegal, they got to do illegal things. They got to sell drugs. They got to make a living. They got to survive. So they're going to sell drugs. They're going to hurt people. They're going to extort. They're going to do whatever they can to survive because you over here illegal. You can't work legally. What's wrong with people? Use your brain. Get your brain together. And because of that, the enemies and terrorists use them, finance them because they ain't got no money. They're illegal to actually set up infiltrating the United States. Come on, people. Come on, we got to use our brain. Now, hold on, let me see something. Now, I'm gonna put the link right here in case some people want to talk. Let me see. In case some people want to talk, y'all can come up here and talk if you want to. There's the link right here. I'd love to hear some of y'all talk about this stuff, man. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk about these things. Go to the link up top. If you want to come up, you can come up and talk about it. And try to hold your profanity. And this is what we discussing, man. But I know we living in the last days, man. And because we living in the last days, I also understand how living in the last days, these things is going to come to pass, and ain't no way we can get around it. Ain't no way we can get around these things. Whatever's happening, going to happen. But people need to be mindful of what's taking place and what's going down. Shouts out to everybody that's in here, man. Let me see. Let me read some of these comments. Okay. Yeah. So y'all ain't got to come. I guess y'all just want to hear me keep popping it. No big deal. I could assist y'all in that. I'm going to do some more teachings on this stuff to show y'all some things even more powerful about this of what's going on. Brooklyn, I like a statement he made here. He said something to the nature of some people just vote because you vote black because you black. I saw that a lot. And every time I start challenging them on their policies, they always get offended. When those people are coming out to your house asking you, is you voting? They figure because you black, you automatically Democrat. What's happening is a lot of blacks is turning from the Democrat Party because they know what it represents. They know what it stands for. And for a long time, let's just be honest, a lot of us blacks, man, we don't tolerate homosexuality. And we not really for abortion and killing kids. And let's just be honest, we have a God conscience. We have a God conscience. Now, whether we follow him in obedience or not, we don't do that. But we do acknowledge that God is real and true. And we don't, for the most part, as black people, we don't really like abortion and killing kids. And again, we ain't really in agreement with homosexuality, which again is crazy how, like, I don't see, again, I don't see how you could say you believe in God and you actually stand for these things and don't have a problem with it. I don't see that. Like, could you really be against a person so bad that you would go against your own morality? I'm just keeping it 100 with you. Can you though? Can you just be against a person so bad it'll make you just go against your own morality? That's crazy. I don't see it at all. We living in some terrible times right now, man. I study this stuff a lot. I've been studying eschatology, that's end time prophecies and stuff. I've been studying this stuff for 20 years now. We are living in some terrible time, but this is one of the greatest times in the world too, also. We are living in an era where we don't have to die. This is like the era that we don't have to die. We will see the coming of Jesus Christ in this era. That's why you're seeing everything happening. That's why you're saying, let me show y'all something what the Bible says, what you got to be careful of. He speaks about something, right? And one of the things he speaks about is when, what's the sign of a nation? A nation felon. What is the sign of a nation felon? Very important, right? I want to show y'all something. Will, what's going on with you? Hold on, I'm just typing something up right quick. I'm gonna show y'all something. See, people don't get who the president make a lot of sense, because you got to deal with them Muslims. You're gonna have to deal with them Muslims, and them Muslims are trained to not respect women. We asking for a judgment, boy. We are asking for a judgment, bringing Kamala Harris on board. We asking for a judgment. Let me show y'all something. Watch this. I'm going to show you something. Watch this, y'all. Let me show y'all something. Watch this, y'all. I'm going to show you something. Okay. Look what this says. Okay, I'm opening up my screen so y'all can see this a little more. Look, this is what I wanted to show y'all. Now, pay attention to this. Check this out. I'm going to show y'all something real. Check this out. This Isaiah 3. Look what God said in Isaiah 3 right here. In Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12 and 13. Look what God say. Look at the judgment of what happens. Watch this. He says, and as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, those who lead you, cause you to err and destroy the way of your paths. The Lord standeth up to plead and to stand to judge the people. See that? Notice the sign of God's judgment on the people. Women will rule over them, and children are their oppressors. And children are their oppressors. Tell me if that's not the United States. You ready, sis? Tell me if that's not the United States. Tell me if that's not what's going on. The youth and children oppress the people. Remember I told you all about that? And women will rule over you. The Lord will stand to judge the people. See, that's a sign of a judgment. I told y'all they can't get enough. They can't get enough. Let me know when you're ready, sis. They can't get enough. Crazy. And this is what's literally being shown. I'm telling you, that's real. Women will rule over you, and your children will oppress the people. That's what we see going on in the United States right now. That's what's going on right now. And they trying to move us to judgment. If Kamala Harris win this election, that's God's sign right there of the judgment. Let me show it to y'all. There I go again. Look what he said. See, people don't read. Look, you can think this again. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12 and 13. Matter of fact, hold on. I actually missed this verse. I should have. Hold on. I meant verse 11 to 13. This is what it started out saying. It said, woe to the wicked. Woe to the wicked. You ready, sis? It said, woe to the wicked. Woe to the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the rewards of his hands shall be given him. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, those who lead you call you to error and destroy the way of your paths. The Lord stand up to plead and stand to judge the people. See, God be pleading with us. He ain't trying to put his wrath and judgment on us, but we force his hand. Bro, look, they forcing God's hand, man. They trying to force God's hand to judge the nation. The devil hate people. He trying to force God's hand, man. That's what y'all see going on. He trying to force God's hand to put a judgment on the people. He hate God and he hate people. And people are volunteering and assisting themselves to participate in this madness. And ignorance is one of the reasons why. Ignorance is one of the reasons why people suffer. The ignorance is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So again, I just don't get it. Welcome, sis. You look late. I'm finding you. I'm finding you. I'm finding you. I'm docking your pay. I'm docking her pay.
Okay.
Anyway.
Non-existent pay. So.
Yeah, I'm docking your pay. Your pay definitely will be docked. You gonna pay it with cash, or you gonna anyway. So again, the title of the room is Kamala or Trump. Who would real Christians vote for? Who would real Christians vote for. You know, we had the conversation, sis, when we was actually on Clubhouse a couple days ago, and there was a division amongst the body of believers because some people that were confessing to be believers didn't see a problem with abortion, don't see a problem with homosexuality, but confessing to be a believer and literally against reading and praying in Bibles being put back in schools. What you think of that?
That's a lot to talk about. I'm trying to catch up and see what we'll talk about in the chat. But both candidates are either one of them Bible believing Christians devoted to God? I would say no. But if, wait, what's the question about education? Can you repeat the question?
It's not a question. It's just what you think about the title of the room.
No, but you asked me like.
I just said what you think about that. Like when people confess to be believers, but you in support of these things that clearly go against the Bible.
All right. So yeah. I don't think any of them have perfect policies, but if I'm going to call myself someone that loves God, someone that doesn't conform to the patterns of this world and conforms to the thinking process and plan of God, I would not be able to vote for Kamala Harris. On the fact on harming children, sexualizing children alone. I don't need to hear how great you're going to be for Black community if you are sexualizing children, trying to literally, they can't do anything without their guardian, but they can now change body parts. When actually, when you look at the research, people regret it going up and actually commit suicide afterwards. They don't talk about, there's like a therapy called like reverse therapy, trying to change back their decision that they made when they were young and adolescent. Like that's foolish. It's one thing for that community to be delusional, but then to have my president also be delusional, no, automatic no for me. Secondly, she says she's for the Black people, but Black women, healthcare, delivering babies, we're at a disparaging rate as far as dying at the delivery table. Promoting abortions with zero abortion or prevention education. People take Plan B like they take Tylenol, and it's only like the max so that it doesn't have effects on your body is 2 times a year. And even when you do it 2 times a year, it has to be 6 months apart. And you love Black people so much, and Planned Parenthood is a good thing for the community, but no, you're literally population control at its finest. Fooling people just because you've grown, you can do whatever you want, but it's not. That's not the. That's not what makes you grown, right? So yeah, I don't think Kamala Harris even knows what. I don't even know anybody knows what she actually stands for as far as policies and like what her plan is for the economy, what her plan is for geopolitical policies. Like, I don't think anybody even knows. All she does is just talk to people that like to hear what they want to hear. So she'll give you whatever she wants to hear. Same thing with Trump, but at least Trump has some type of stance on certain issues. He'll make a decision. It's like asking a woman what she want to eat. You're gonna get a bunch of answers and nothing, no direction. Okay, so no, I don't think now that had nothing to do about being Christian. That's just me talking. But yeah, as a real devoted Christian, I cannot. sleep with a good conscience. Parental consent. Actually, they don't have parental consent. Even right now, my daughter is 12 years old. No, 13. Was she 14? Yeah, 14 years old. And the doctor said, like, I went to her annual physical so she can go to high school, and they were like, "Oh, your mom doesn't have to be there if you don't want." I'm like, Naya, you better tell these people I'm gonna be here at this appointment. What? She's 14 years old. She can't even sign up for basketball without me. Like, is she gonna make health decisions, birth control decisions without me? Get out of here. No. So, um, they were asking her questions, and then we're trying to figure out if I should have to leave the room. It's crazy. And it's not genuine because if you have
These questions, right? These statements like here just even prove just how satanic and demonic it is anyway. This shouldn't even be a conversation. Child sex changes. Child sex changes. It's a
law. It's a law.
A child who brain, hold on,
right.
sis, a child whose brain is not even maturely developed can make a decision of having a sex change permanently. Like really, we this shouldn't even. Some things should just be automatic. Why is this on the table? Get this up out of here. That don't even make no sense. They don't even go together. Look at this one. This is what I be meaning by just foolish thing. Look at this statement.
It was a case in Boston, actually. Boston Children's Hospital. There was people sending bomb threats to Boston Children's Hospital because they will allow that procedure without parental consent. 1 second.
You know what these homosexuals doing too because they so demonic.
I'm about to pull up the article real quick.
Okay, but you know what these homosexuals doing that's so demonic? These homosexuals are going to adopt children, raising these children up as homosexuals so that they can do these things. So that they can do these things to these children. You know you putting a child in harm's way when homosexuals can adopt them. You don't put no child up. That right there shows that this person is unfit to be a parent when you can't even do right by your own self. How could you say you want to love a child and you can't even love yourself? Because you can't love as a homosexual. I'm sorry. Because the Bible says God is love, and that don't come from God. That is against God. I don't care what they think, how they feel. You can't love another man. You can't love another woman. Okay? That's not called love. When you die and go straight to hell, and that's another reason why they hate God so much, why they hate the Bible so much, why they hate Jesus so much, because God do not hold back on what he feel about that that act that they do that was created by the devil that actually is against nature and against his order for mankind, by which Satan put in play and to go against God. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. This is terrible. She has specific policies in place to address the disparity of Black women dying during childbirth. Like, come on, man.
What he saying? What he saying?
She has specific policies in place to address the disparity.
What's it called? So I can go look it up. What's the name of the policy? Everybody want to make up policies all of a sudden just to support their argument. What's it called? And I have yet to hear her say anything about that.
Man,
all she promotes is abortion, and I don't know why.
She is programmed. Every time you hear her speech, they always the same exact words. She programmed. She programmed. She read off her little proctor and she repeat and memorize what was written for her to say, thinking that it moved. That don't move me. That don't move me at all. That stuff is fake. And that's what I'm saying. Like, she don't have the money to finance her campaign, which means that the money is being put up by somebody else who actually controls her if she was to win this election. That's what happens when you can't finance your own campaign. You are in the pockets of the ones who financed it for you. Now you owe favors. Now you control. Now you in their pockets. And that's why they hate Donald Trump. They hate Donald Trump because he can finance his own campaign and he's not being controlled. And they can't control him. And that's the problem. That's what they hate. That's what they despise. And the thing that he is running for is the things that I'm in favor for, as not only a God believing Christian, but also a black man. As a black man, that's what I'm in. And I'm appalled that a black woman don't even have the love and respect for her own so-called people that people tended to rally under because she black, knowing that the thing she stands for goes against blacks. That's crazy.
Can you share my screen? How do I share my screen real quick? So I don't know about wherever he is. It's not federally, a federal law, but it is a law where I am from, Massachusetts. So how do I share this? No.
Yeah, so that's the thing for me. I don't like that part, And I don't know, they just been very shameful how they just been going about things. I see it says.
Okay, so I'm not gonna read the details, but assessing your rights to gender affirmation care if you are in Massachusetts, outside of Massachusetts, and under 18. You have rights to access gender affirmation health care in Massachusetts if you are under 18. So, no. And, you do have to have permission from your parent or legal guardian. So, you do have to actually, but still, the fact that she's trying to get this federally passed, where you can have gender, transfer, what do you call it, education, teaching transgender. It's not that it's, this person has this thought and they now want to get treatment. It's indoctrinating. Sorry, I need to exit on my screen. Yeah, it's indoctrinating people on, hey, this is a new thing that you could possibly be experiencing, and you can seek to explore this. They're going through puberty. They're all obviously gonna feel and have emotions. Like, no, that is not the time where you're now going to tell them that their gender is incorrect. I don't think that's okay. Like I said. And then secondly, what else is she saying? She's not equipped for, again, global geopolitical leadership. Like, again, the person that is going to be the president of the United States is going to have to represent us and sit at tables with people globally, okay? And have to actually have some sense and formulate sentences that actually make sense to these world leaders that are men. And she's not the woman to sit across the table and for anybody to actually be intimidated or have an ounce of like fear that she's serious about what she says. If anybody's going to sit there and I'm going to entrust the world from a nuclear war situation, I'm not going to give it to Kamala Harris.
Exactly. She's very weak. She's very weak, very emotional.
Speeches from recycling speeches from Trump. Like, no.
Yeah, she's very weak. She's very, very weak. I mean, you can see that she's very weak. And this is the thing that people don't get. They so stupid, man. We are at war with Islam. Islam is the world's threat, not just the nation of the United States, the world threat. Okay? You can't put a woman president in play going up against an Islamic war that's literally happening all over the world. Y'all don't know nothing about that religion. I can't stand stupid, ignorant people who just speak and don't know nothing they talking about. I can't stand it with a passion. Oh, it irritates me. They do not have a clue of what's going on and what's about to happen. That's why they don't care. They just talk. They just talk. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This stuff is terrible. We are at war with Islam. Y'all ain't seeing this all over the world. They ain't stopping. They made a promise and vow that they're going to destroy America. They already tried before. Thank God that George Bush was in office when people were trying to go against Bush. If Bush wasn't in office, boy, we probably been hit on every front because the Democrats wasn't trying to do nothing. We've been safe ever since. We've been safe ever since as a result of that. Because the Democrats were scared to move. They were voting against it.
I'm not being biased, like I said, sir. Regardless, I'm not interested in anybody that thinks it's wise for kids to undergo any type of gender changes while they still can't even legally get a tattoo, okay, or pierce their nose or whatever without um until they're adults. They can't even drink alcohol and make certain decisions. So no, they shouldn't be able to make permanent decisions like that while they're still young and their brain is still developing. That's not someone that actually has the best interest for children. That's someone that is harmful and just pushing an agenda. So no.
Here go the link. Here go the link up top, brother. You want to speak, Professor? You can come
That's
up.
fine.
You come up and have a conversation. Here go the link right here. Here's another thing. He says,
Yes, the economy was better under Trump. Every quarter they would literally have negative reports and then he would outdo them every time. The stock market would overperform. They would always have disparaging critiques every period, and then every time they had a Fed meeting, the market would still be doing well. So for the last 4 years, well, not the last four, the last time he was president for the 4 years, I didn't see him make racial policies that targeted black people particularly disparagingly. I saw him actually helping black men that were in jail for nonviolent crimes be able to be released. I've seen him actually running the country as a business and as a leader. So am I talking about his moral character, or I'm talking about him able to do a job and do it better than the other person that's running against him? I think he can do a better job than the person running against him. Do I align with all the things he says about him as an individual? No. I don't think it's okay to grab women by the tea and the things that he has been caught saying, but as far as leading the country, um, I'd rather it be Trump. That's my thoughts on Trump.
yeah, and my thoughts on Trump is that you need a strong representative to represent the United States at a hostile time of warfare that's going on all over the world. And having a woman that represents this nation is a sign of weakness to other countries and everything. Y'all don't understand how deep this goes for the most part. Y'all don't get what we are involved in when it comes to Islam and what are they prophecies and what are they moving towards and what have they been working on and doing for years. And they are getting more aggressive every year. Okay, y'all not getting that. So we need a person who represents us that know business, how to keep the economy on float. That's actually is a strong representative for the country by which other nations and men in power respects. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that he represents. Anytime you want to put God first, Like regardless to what. If that man saying, look, we need to put Bible and praying back in school, I could never be against something like that because I know that sharpens the mind of the children, by which we have a rebellious generation of children right now. The era these children living in right now, what they saying, like even you seeing it all over, especially when it comes to these urban communities. The killing is senseless. They have no respect for life, and that starts when you're young. And they the ones doing all the killing because they have no respect for life. They have no respect for life, and they don't know God. When you start training a child in the way he should go when he's young, that thing sets in your heart, and God deals with your conscience and your spirit. And the first thing God wants you to do is have respect and love for one another. And you learn that from understanding the 10 Commandments. You learn that from being conscious of the word of God. Prayer brings you to a point where you have a personal conversation with God. That's very important. Look, how you accept God and what you do with God is going to determine the outcome of your life. Okay? You can run from it all you want. You can hide from it all you want. But I guarantee you, you're going to fall into whatever the Bible say going to happen as a result of you going against God and what's for you when being for God. So anytime he stands for that, I'm with him on that. Anytime you are against the murdering of innocent lives and children that these people are aggressively trying to push because they bloodthirsty to want to kill, not knowing what the word, look, go right back to the word of God. God said he will avenge the blood of the innocent. That's speaking about children. That's speaking about abortion, because the children are innocent. Adults are not innocent. Children are innocent. So he's talking about the blood of the innocent children that is murdered and slain in the wombs of their own parents. That they are making money off of. See, that's another thing they want for abortion. The reason why they so pushing for abortion, because not only is it a multi-billion-dollar business, but also look at what comes out of the body parts. When they abort those babies, they use their bodies and sell them.
Yep, human trafficking.
They use their bodies and sell their bodies. They sell their organs. They sell their stem cells. They sell all their stuff in their bodies. Make all type of cosmetic, all type of luxury cosmetics from the baby parts. It's a multi-billion-dollar business in murdering and killing these babies because the majority of them is black, and they want that black gene that's inside of that body. It's terrible. Terrible.
So, go ahead.
Another thing, because he said address some of Donald Trump policies. Another thing.
No, I want to address this question on the screen before you change it.
Go ahead.
Right. So he said, if we at war with Islam, but we only had male presidents, what is the point of what you're saying? Okay, well, during Trump's term of election, every other president is scared to address and talk firm with these Islamic nations because they're scared of them. I don't know if you can share my screen real quick, but this is what he said when he addressed the 10 Islamic leaders on his first foreign trip. Okay, so he tells them. So this was his message. He called the Arabs and confronted extremists during the high anticipated speech. Okay, so wait, let me just go back to the parts I wanted to talk about. So he says, drive them out. He's talking about the terrorists. He says, a better future is only possible if your nations drive out the terrorists and extremists who, what's his name? Not Obama. Joe Biden refuses to call terrorists. And the news doesn't want to call those people that are Hamas terrorists when they're always before that war was seen as terrorists. But Trump says this in 2017. Trump told dozens of Muslim leaders who attended his remarks, drive them out of your places, of worship. The president continued, drive them out of your countries, drive them out of your holy land, and drive them out of his earth. And the speech during the initial stop for the president's first foreign trip was hold on, let me just get to the part. So Trump frequently criticized the religion, saying, I think Islam hates us and there is a tremendous hatred there. And then he says, this is not a battle between different faiths, but different sects and different citizens. Um, this is a battle between barbaric criminals who seek obliterating human life and decent people of all religions who seek to protect it. Okay? Calling terrorists the foot soldiers of evil. President added, if we do not stand in uniform in condemnation of this killing, then we will not only be judged by our people, but not only will we be judged by our people, not only will we be judged by history, but we will be judged by God. Then he continues to say that if they don't stop the murdering, that they're going to be the enemy to America. So hold on one second. Let me just get to that part. American is sovereign nation. First priority is always the safety and security of our citizens, the president said. We are not here to lecture. We are not here to tell people how to live. What we do, what to do, who to be, or how to worship. Instead, we are here to offer partnership based on shared interests and values to pursue a better future for all. And then he says, oh gosh. So yeah, he said we can be partners and then stand united in force for all evil and extremists. There is no honor in committing murder. Adding Islam is a religion of peace and tolerance, right? And then, hold on a second. Let me just get to what I want to get to. Hold on a second. Trump offers a firm rebuke. Okay, this is it right here. So then Trump, there he's talking back and forth with these Muslim leaders, and then Trump says also offered a firm rebuke to Iran, a notably departure from the Obama administration overtures of the country, which had continued. What did he say though? Sorry. The rebuke. So basically, this article doesn't do it, but I don't know if anybody remembers back in 2017 when he did this speech and addressed the Islamic nations. He said we can be partners, and we're not trying to teach you how to live your life, but if you're not going to drive out these Islam extremists that want to kill people and want to act crazy, you're going to become our enemy. We won't be able to partner with you and we will wipe you out. And so he literally threatened us and he made that promise. And so that's the difference. Okay. He actually knows how to address people, and people not going to see these as empty threats. They're going to take it serious. And we didn't have any problems from the Middle East during his tenure. They actually sat and he was able to meet with people. So, and actually get people that disagree with the United States at the meeting table. Wait, it was never on the screen this whole entire time?
No.
It's over now. But he was trying to act like, what's the difference? There's a big difference.
Why you take it down then, sis?
I just read it. So Kamala Harris doesn't want to address the problems with Hamas. They don't want to call these people terrorists the whole time, right? And they're calling them people that just want their rights. No, Hamas was always a terrorist group, always a gang and evil group. So I don't know why people are now tiptoeing around calling a spade a spade. And Trump, we can get him to get people to operate correctly, properly. So yeah, go ahead. What you was gonna say?
Well, who was gonna say? Well, who was gonna say?
Never mind. Go ahead.
Right. No. I just came back, so I'm in the middle of what you were talking about. But for the most part, I don't know. These brothers, man, again, people just ignorant, man. They'll make up any excuse just to justify their ignorance or what it is. You can say whatever you want. I have a serious problem with people who hate God, who hate children, who support homosexuality, who against Israel. I hate that stuff with a passion because it really, really just shows just how evil and wicked people are. Period. That I don't care about none of that. That right there just show how wicked and evil people really are, especially when it comes to hurting these children and how just out of control this LGBTQ stuff has become. How they just trying to shove it down your throat. Can't even watch a movie. Every time you watch a movie, you always got some homosexual parts in it that don't even belong there. Then they want all the black people to be the homosexuals. They want all the black people to be the one to carry the diseases. They want all the black people to be the one that's the poster for all this filth and nastiness. And they sign up for that trash. And they can always get puppets to do their bidding for them because you always got to sell out and play that don't mind doing it. You always got to sell out and play that don't mind doing it. Every time. It's disgusting. It's sickening. Ain't nothing worse than how we compromise our own morality for the sake of freedom. We misrepresenting what freedom is. We misrepresenting what love is. And it's sad when overgrown men want to replace women. Oh, that is so disgusting and sickening to me. When you trying to act like a woman and you a grown man. That's sickening. That's terrible. I can't stand it with a passion. I can't. And it's fake when I see how many people just go for anything. The hate is just so terrible, man. The hate is just so terrible. It ain't even funny, man. And I'm appalled at the things I be seeing and the things I be hearing. And when you even have conversations with people, when you actually be having conversations with the people and speaking to the people and hearing their views on things, it is terrible. How they can't reason, they don't work with logics, and everything is going off of feelings. Forget feelings. What's the truth? Let's talk about the truth. Your feelings don't mean nothing. Let's talk about the real life truth. Are you in support of killing babies? Do you support the LGBTQ policies and agendas and movement? Do you believe in the living God? Are you against supporting Israel? Like, what are your policies? I can care less about taxes and all that trash. What is your morality code? What is your stand on immigration? Like I told you, that stuff don't help them. That's worse for them. Our borders is literally, we got plenty immigrants in here causing havoc. And see, the reason why y'all want them here because you want to help to assist in the vote. Now you're allowing politics to get in the way of protection and truth because you want the seat in position. You figure if I'm okay with allowing the border to be violated, then I could get the minority vote. Now get up out of here. Mm-hmm. This stuff is terrible. Facts, humble king. They don't use common sense no more. These people go off feelings, man. They go off feelings and how they feel. Right. They do not go off of the truth. Everything is always about feelings. Like if you close your look, how do you go against your own morality though? I still don't get that. It'd be crazy listening to some of these people
They're
talk.
loyal to a party. They're loyal to hate.
They loyal to what, sis?
Go ahead.
Yeah. How do you go against your own morality? That's what I'm talking about. I believe the mental illness. It's definitely mental illness. It's a real mental illness. I agree with you.
Look at the statistics. All of them have a therapist. All of them, after a certain age, go through a mental crisis. So it's cute when they're young, but when they get older, these things catch up to them. These diseases that they're opening their bodies up to catch up to them.
Facts. Yeah, it's definitely a problem. And I know homosexuality is a mental illness. There's no way you can be sane and you a man willingly sucking another man's cock. Something wrong with you mentally. Allowing another man to nut inside you. That's sickening. That's terrible. Your body ain't even designed and made for that. You walking around with another man load in your stomach. Like, what's wrong with that? That's sickening. That's nasty and disgusting. That's trifling. That's trifling. Something definitely wrong with that picture. Yeah. Bodega said, Paul. Yeah, but they need to hear this. They need to hear that. They need to see it. They need to see this. They need to see this and hear this. Because that be their problem, bro. They try to desensitize everything. I want them to understand what you agreeing to as a man.
Mm-hmm.
You're going against your own conscience. You're going against your own spirit. You don't hear God before you do those actions? You didn't hear that?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they heard it. The only difference is they'll go against their own conscience and still do it anyway. But you have to be psychologically unfit participating in those type of things. Then on top of it, they gave y'all rights to adopt children. When you psychologically off balance no more, though, you bring them children under the roof of the monsters who getting raped and molested by them also. Because they not right in the head. You think they're going to do something right by the kids and they not right in the head? And they the ones who getting these children to do these sex changes. They the ones getting these kids to want to do this stuff because they doing it. And they don't have a problem with it. I can't stand men that act like women, that want to take the place of women. That is just terrible to me. And I can't stand women that think they guys. That is terrible. And then, like I said, they want to force us to accept it. They want to make laws and policies to shut us up that we can't talk about it. They want to violate our rights at the same time, calling it their rights. Their rights mean violating our rights. They trying to get us to accept what God said don't accept. And if we don't accept it, it's considered a hate crime against us. Because I won't let you get married in my church. Because I won't make you a homosexual cake. Because I won't allow. What are you talking about? You ain't finna violate my rights over your so-called rights. That's not even rights. Let me just say you something. Professor said this. If Trump is so moral, how is his best friend with a pedophile, sex trafficking? Bro, you missing the point. It ain't the point. It ain't the point. Listen, the point is not rather not what he did or his friend did. The point is what policies are being put in play.
That's going to affect our day-to-day, your life.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I can care if this man is a murderer if he putting policies of life in play that's law, that's said that's going to affect our life. You get what I'm saying? It don't matter what I did in my personal life. Look, in my personal life, I could be a liar, I could be a cheat, I could be a thief. Hell, I could even be a homosexual. But if I'm putting laws and policies in play that's better for the people, regardless to what my personal life is, I'm not making it a law. I'm not making it legal to be a pedophile. I'm not making it legal to be a sex trafficker. I'm not making it legal to murder. I'm going against the things I might be taking part in. So it ain't a matter of what I'm personally doing in my personal life. What matters is the policies I'm putting in place for the country, by which we're calling law. We're calling constitution. That we're calling legislation. That's entirely different. It ain't about that. Like, what's wrong with what? Come on. This is what I mean. Look, can't have no conversation with these people. They don't know how to rightfully reason. And nobody said Trump was moral at all. What we said is that his policies, compared to KAMALA policies, his policies better fit the people as a whole, business-wise and on a morality standard. Okay? That's what we saying. If you're a stand-up person, with morality and integrity, there is no way you're going to choose KAMALA policies over his. Not if you're a person of integrity and morality. Not at all. If Trump don't have policy to protect children, then why is he running against abortion? Like, bro, you sound crazy. It's not that protecting children. Banning abortion is not banning abortion, protecting children. You sound crazy. It starts from there first. In order for so-called children to have rights, they have to at least be born, don't they? They have to at least be born, don't they, brother?
They're taking the first right to have a life. She's taking away the rights of the kids because the kids can't be born.
That's crazy, man.
Kids have rights right now. So Trump's not talking about taking away rights. But this professor dude, you need to take out your emotions. You sounding real. I don't want to disrespect nobody. I appreciate you being, part of the Marines and everything.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, thank you for being part of serving your country. But
argue just to argue. Like, actually hear the points that we're making and not just trying to just say whatever.
Look, he said because his party is anti-abortion. Yeah, that's good, ain't it? Ain't that good that a white man want to spare 75% of black babies that's being butchered? Ain't that a good thing that this white racist man is against the murdering and slaying of minorities? Ain't that a good thing? But you think it's okay for the black? Now here's the black woman that's for it. Here's the white man that's against it, but here's the black woman that's for it. Come on, please make that make sense. Please make that make sense, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy how people just minimize lives like this. Like how, look, and again, you know what's selfish? Look, this is what I'm trying to tell you, Professor. Listen, bro. You know what's selfish about this, Professor? What's selfish about this is you have life. You living. How many times you eat from the restaurant a day? How many times you laugh a day? How much do you share love with people throughout your life? So why deprive somebody else of that? Let them make the choice for their own life. Let them make the choice for their own life. Come on, man.
Oh, can I share the screen with something? So she is trying to have kids be able to go under care. Because if the kid identifies at school that they are gay, the teachers, by law, even if the parents don't allow them at home to identify, they are allowed to identify as, like, they can change their name and be identified as a female if they're a boy, and a girl identified as a boy at school. But it went to the point where the 14-year-old was able to get removed from the parents. Oh my goodness. See, I can't find an article that's not going to let me register. Okay. So Montana governor defends removal for 14-year-old from parents who oppose gender identity and social or medical who, sorry, 1 second. Right here, reportedly opposed and noted allowing their children to undergo any form of gender transition, social or medical, was a violation of their values, morals, and religious beliefs. So they were opposing the child to go under any gender transitioning or social or medical medicines and hormones to change their gender. And even though the parents have rights over their kids, these kids are able to get governors and court officials to get them the access to these types of treatments if their parents don't agree. So no, she is going to promote this, and this is where the country is going. That's the direction it's going towards. Even foster care kids. There was another case in California where the parents were foster parents for the kid, and the kid wanted to be gay, and the state took back the kid because the parents didn't want their kids to undergo any type of surgical procedures or medication. So no, it's not a good thing. No, 14, 12 years old, you should not be making those kinds of life changing decisions on your body.
My bad, I was on mute. Yeah, so that always for the most part been on the table, man. Like that always been on the table, but when you look at what's going on, man, we see literally why this nation is so screwed up and messed up, man. Like it's just terrible, man. It really is. Um, at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, man, we just want y'all to vote wisely. We just want y'all, man, if y'all have any respect and know who the Lord God is, to be wise when y'all vote, man. Always vote morality. Always vote morality. Always over anything, man. Again, I personally don't support homosexuality. I don't support the murdering of innocent children and abortion. I don't support it. I do not support letting illegal immigrants come in. I don't support that. I'm for God and bringing prayer and Bible back in school as part of the educational criteria. I'm for that. I'm for support of Israel against Islam and what's going on over there that we seeing. I'm for that. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters really need to get it together. I'm finna do some deep teachings on these things. And I'm gonna show y'all something that I'm gonna bring the truth to y'all. Since a lot of y'all sometimes don't really want to look it up yourself, I'm gonna bring the truth to y'all and I'm gonna show y'all what's going on. And y'all gonna be mind blown at what's taking place for real. Crazy. Facts. And that's another thing. That Democratic Party, all it does is push policy that goes against God, that goes against family, and that goes against life. They don't care. Look, they don't care about nothing. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. They don't care. They so fake it ain't even funny. They don't, if y'all notice, they don't count a child's life until it's born as a real life. But let you hurt a woman while she's pregnant and you kill that woman and she's pregnant, you're gonna be charged with the life of the baby that's inside her neither. So make that make sense. See, when they want them to have the abortion, they try to count the life to not mean nothing because it ain't born yet. But guess what? When they selling them baby parts, they let it be known these are real human baby parts. Real human. See what I mean? Like, get up out of here. Want to say something else before we out of here? We 2 hours in.
I'm good.
Okay, with that being said, man, look, I just want y'all to be wise and y'all voting and things. We finna be live doing a lot of things. I just wanted to address this. Before, to just let people know. Look, if you confess to be a believer in God, I can't see how you vote for the Democratic Party. It's terrible. It's terrible. So absolutely. I just can't see it at all. So with that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth along with my co-host, the lovely Miss Jess. We finna start being a little bit more live. You know what I'm saying? We just wanted to get this out of the way. Right now,
sharing your thoughts, humble.
What's this? Hey, right now, just for everybody to know what we doing right now. Right now, we also on Clubhouse. I don't know how to put that link in here. How I put that Clubhouse link in here?
You just press share.
But how do I get it? How do I even get it, Jess?
From your phone? Send it to yourself?
Oh, it is in my phone.
I didn't know you had a Clubhouse coming until right now when I was looking at my phone.
Okay, look, y'all, this is what I'm finna do for everybody that's in. Look, I'm finna put the link to the club. We finna continue this conversation, but we over in Clubhouse having this conversation, right?
You are?
So, yeah, Clubhouse. I still got the room open.
I never knew.
They're not talking about it right now. I never stopped it. Look,
I was never there. What's the name of the room?
Oh, it's called Would a Real Christian Vote for Kamala Harris?
Oh, you did it without me?
I called you. You didn't answer the phone.
I didn't get a call from you.
Again, you didn't answer the phone. But look, this is what I'm finna do, y'all. Here go the link right here. I'm putting the link in the. Look, this is what I'm finna do, y'all. Here go the link right here. I'm putting the link in the. No, I gotta do the Clubhouse link. I ain't even copy the Clubhouse link. Let me copy the Clubhouse link first. I'm finna copy the Clubhouse link and give it to y'all. And we finna be over in Clubhouse. There's a lot of people over there too. I had already started the room. So I'm putting the link in here. Copy the link. Okay, so here's the Clubhouse link, y'all. We over on Clubhouse talking about this. And I'm putting the link right here in case y'all want to come over there. Why didn't go through, Jess? I just put it on there. Did it go through? Let me see. What is it saying? It's too much? Is it saying it's too much to put in? It's saying it's too much, I think. Because I just copied the link and tried to put it in there. It's saying, oh, yeah. Dang, why that link so long? It's saying too many words. Well, look. They saying too many words. Or should I bring in too many words? Anyway, y'all, we out of here. God bless y'all. I'm on Clubhouse right now, up under. Matter of fact, this is my Clubhouse name. What's my Clubhouse name, Jess? What's my Clubhouse name?
You should know it by heart. God's son something.
My club. Oh, on Clubhouse, I'm Battle Truth. Okay. Go to Clubhouse, y'all. Just hey, go to Clubhouse if y'all want to continue this. A lot of people over there. Go to Clubhouse, man, and look up Battle Truth. And I'm right there.
What time did you start the room?
What? Right before I did this. Deuces.